everyone, my name is Holly and welcome to my channel. I am so excited to finally announce that I have been accepted into the Disney College Program. Hey now, this is what dreams are made of. Sorry, hair check. I still can't believe it. Still on cloud 9. It has been a long road for me to get here. I have been accepted into fall 2017 program. I found out that I will be in attractions. It was one of my top roles I wanted. So I decided to vlog my experience because I wanted to let my friends and family back home know what's going on, what I'm doing, and plus so I can have the memories. I think the memories of this program will last a lifetime, and I think by filming it, it'd be a better way to relive it, right? Plus, I would also want to help inform and encourage other DCPers on their journey. I, since high school, have watched lots of DCP vloggers, and they have helped me out a ton and also encouraged me to pursue my Disney dream. So I thought the way that we could get to know each other is I could tell you guys my acceptance story. It's kind of long. It's pretty much a year's process. So let's get started. You can't apply for the Disney College Program until you have had a semester of college behind you. So I started college fall 2014. So spring 2015 comes and I apply. I was so excited. This is one thing I wanted so bad for so long. So I decided to apply. And I apply, and back then, it was only 2 years ago. Back then, I make it sound like this forever ago. The dashboard, if you check your dashboard, it had like a little timeline on it. So it had links where you could check your process of your application. So mine was still in the first link, and you know, I checked it daily. Like I was like, you know, gonna go Disney, gonna do this, and I got put into submission. I was still in the first thing, and I'm like, okay, you know, no big deal. You know, people get in submission. Fun fact, submission can either be a really good thing or a really bad thing. Most of the time, you don't make it out of submission. But in other cases, people do. Just a reminder that Just a reminder that Disney does get a lot of applications, and it does take a long time for them to look through them. So stop sweating. So I got put in submission, and I checked it and checked it and checked it and checked it. Since I applied in the spring, I probably wouldn't find out if I made it or was moving on. They said the thank you for applying email, due to the high number of applications, you won't hear anything no later than April. I didn't hear anything, didn't hear anything. April comes around. I hear I didn't make it. So I got put in submission that whole time. Okay, no big deal, my first time around, cool. Fall 2015 rolls around, I apply again. And I applied during the day this time around because I didn't know if applying at night I'd hear something, I don't know. So anyway, I decided to apply during the day, and it was cool because that day I checked my dashboard and my application had moved over a link, and I'm like, oh! I kept checking it, and about 3 weeks later I got the thank you for your interest in the Disney College Program, but email, bummer. So spring 2016 rolls around. I apply during the day, and I was at work, and I was around 4:30, and I had found out that I had gotten a web-based interview. Holla! I was over the moon happy. That night I was like, you know what, let's get done, because you know, there's so many DCP applications, there's so many things. I'm like, I want a spot. I want a phone interview. So I go home, and my cable and internet provider at the time, yes, my internet and my Wi-Fi, was kind of sketch, and they say if you have bad internet, don't do it. Well, it had been working for about 5 days or so, no big deal, but it was also 8:30 at night. So I was like, cool, no one's on internet, all internet to me, you know? Well, I go. Me and my mom, we sit down and we're doing it, and I got through the first set of questions. Second set of questions come, my internet gives out. But Disney gives you a thing where if you take too long, or if you don't answer it, it'll like pause the test and be like, are you still taking the test? And you go yes, and then it'll regroup you back. It's like, oh, perfect, cool. Next question comes, does it again. Internally screaming at this point. Then it does it again, and again, and again. So we call the hotline that says if you have trouble, they're closed for the day. So, about an hour later, I make it through the second questions, make it through the third set of questions. An hour later, finish my phone, or my phone. I finished my web-based interview. Didn't get in. Shocking. I was heartbroken because I basically didn't get in because of my internet. Listen to people when they tell you this, okay? And I think you have 3 days to take the test. So make some time if you can't that day. Make some time in that 3 days. Do it. If I could go back and tell myself, I would. So fall 2016 rolls around, I apply again. It's on a Saturday, I apply during the day, my best friend comes over, sitting in my room chilling, I check my email, and I got a web-based interview. So we all flip out and we run to the living room where the best internet connection is, made everyone get off the phones, and my mom's there, my sisters are there, and I start doing the web-based interview. And with every next question button we click, we're like, don't give out, don't give out. At the end of it, I found out I got a phone interview. Over the moon happy. We were all so happy. The phone interview was scheduled for like a week and a half after. Once again, I was like, I want one of the first slots so I can get this over with so I can get accepted, So I picked one of the first slots, and it was it was a week and a half away. And I was like, great, I gotta start studying, gotta, looking at some questions. It's fine. Doing great, getting answers to my questions, and about 2 days before then, I started freaking out. Got nervous, couldn't do anything. I was like, Holly, breathe, like this is your shot. You're already nervous enough. And I go to my phone interview, and I, at this time, was working a lot, and I was going to school full time, so I could only do my phone interview at night. Tip, if you do your phone interview, schedule it during the day, or maybe before 5 o'clock, or maybe 6 o'clock, before 6 o'clock, because by that time the interviewer has been through interviews all day, and I don't know, I just think they'd be really tired. I would shoot for during the day interview. Well, I didn't know this at the time. And so I went for 7:15 and got off work, made everyone leave the house, and they always say to get your interviewer's name because it's common courtesy. And plus you can also throw the name in here and there. I prepared, ready, and the interviewer can call either 15 minutes before or 15 minutes prior to your scheduled time. 7 o'clock rolls around, I'm like itching in my seat, no big deal. Then 7:05 comes, 7:10, 7:15 time. Like, okay, they'll probably call. Done. 7:20, 7:25, and it's like 7:26 and she calls, and I'm like, oh my gosh, okay. I'm already nervous enough, and I went to go catch her name, and yeah, the name, I can't even tell you it today. It was like Haniku, I don't know. And at this point, I was again internally screaming inside. I was like, are you kidding me? I was totally baffled, and I should have said, I'm sorry, I missed your name. Like, what is it again? But I didn't. I was internally screaming at the fact that, oh my God, I didn't get her name, and I was also missing some of the information she was telling me. Went on with my interview, and the first part was good. Then I got to the end, and you could tell I was nervous, and it was really bad. She asked me one question, and I didn't even know how really to answer it. And it was kind of a question that I had previously answered, and so she asked me again, and halfway through answering, I was like, I'm sorry, could you repeat the question? She's like, oh sure, and she did it again, and I literally was like thinking in my head, I'm like, I don't know how to answer this. Even when I got off the phone, I'm like, how the heck do you answer that question? Basically, when it ended, I kind of knew right then and there that I kind of bombed it. But I was hopeful. So they told me end of October I'd hear something, and then the email told me I wouldn't hear anything later than November. Oh, this is like August, okay? So September comes, October comes, end of October comes, and nothing. And November 13 comes, and at 8:30 at night, I looked at my email, and I got you. Thank you for applying and your interest in the Disney College program. But I was heartbroken. Made it all that way to nothing. But then again, my phone interview was kind of So, that kind of put a bummer on Christmas. It made me kind of hesitant about applying again. So spring 2017 comes. and I apply. At this time, I didn't know if I was going to continue on with my schooling or if I was going to graduate in May. So I applied, and at this point they had changed, a few applications back, they changed the dashboard, and it told you the process of your thing. It told you. It didn't have the little link anymore. It told me in process. I was like, okay. So then a few days later, I checked it. I got put into submission. I was like, great, that's it. Then and there, I'm done. At that point, I was like, Holly, you have to make a decision. You know, you're gonna graduate, you're gonna go on. I don't really like school, but you know, I do it. I want to get A's. I want to succeed in it. So I decided that I was gonna graduate in May, and I decided that, well, since I'm gonna be put in submission, probably won't come out. I should probably be looking for jobs after college, and I did. I had a plan. February, I received two emails from Disney College program. One was and they'd send it like 5 minutes within each other. One was, thank you for applying, but due to the high count of applications, you know, you won't hear anything until April so-and-so. I was like, I already received this email when I applied. Like, what's going on? So then I looked at the other one. I saw it was like 5 minutes later, and I was like, congratulations, on completing your web-based interview. You are now moving on to your phone interview. And I was like, what? I'm like, I didn't even do a web-based interview. And I'm like, oh my gosh, at this point I was like, I don't care, I'm taking it. And I guess they took my previous web-based interview, because for all you people that keep applying like me, they keep your application and all your information in the application there, and it's so nice because then you can just go and tweak it and you can remember. And I don't know if they must have kept that web-based interview results and just pushed me along. Thank the Lord they did, because I got a phone interview. So that night I went home and I scheduled it for February 9th. And this was about 6 days. So I was like, and I literally, when I accepted it, I was like, okay, Holly, like, this is it, you know, like, and you know what? If you don't get it, you don't get it. It comes, and I am praying that I don't choke this time. I'm praying I don't get nervous. I'm praying, you know. So I prepare myself, and February 9th comes. It's scheduled for 11 o'clock. So, you know, everyone's gone in the house, and I'm sitting there, and I'm waiting, and kind of keep my mind off it, and 10:45 comes. I'm like, okay, no big deal. Just keep calm, keep cool. I had a little Pandora Disney station going. Then 11 o'clock rolls, and I'm like, okay, like she could call, and 11:04, 11:05 she calls, and I'm like, okay. Answer the phone, completely 160 from my last phone interview. It was awesome. She was so nice, and her name was a normal name that I can remember, and I could write it down easily, and I could remember how to say it. And it was so nice, and she was nice. And before we even started with the interview process, we had a little talk about my college and like where I worked, because she saw it on my application, and we were just talking up a storm, and I'm like, oh, I was like, yes. So then I could just talk to her, and it was nice. I could just talk to her and answer the questions, and when I was finished, it was awesome. Like, at that point, I was like, oh my god, what happened? And that's when I started shaking, and I was like, thanking the Lord above that I freaked out after my interview and not before. So I felt pretty confident with my phone interview. They told me I'd find out at the end of March, and this is like beginning of February. I'm like, okay, about a month or so, no big deal. March comes. Well, February took forever to get through. March comes, didn't hear anything. End of March comes, and I'm like, Beginning of April. I was supposed to find out no later than April 14th. April comes, nothing. And my dashboard still said in progress. April 13th comes, nothing. I'm like, well, I have to work tomorrow. It's April 14th tomorrow, and I'm gonna receive my rejection email. I'm at work, it's around 10:30, and I receive an email from the Disney company. And I look down, and instead of seeing the thank you for applying, it was like, Disney College Program, limited opportunities for fall 2017. And I'm like, what? Okay, so I open it, and congratulations, you've been waitlisted. So basically, if someone doesn't want to do their program and rejects it, they were going to keep my application on file, and I would be the next contender for it. So now I went from, you know, hoping I get in to praying that someone wouldn't take it. I know that sounds bad, but at the same time, I'm like, I want this so bad, and now I have to wait for someone not to want it. They told me I wouldn't find out anything later than April 28th. Okay. I had been avoiding my dashboard because I didn't want to look at it and see the no longer in consideration thing anymore. And at that point, I was like trying to finish through the semester. I was trying to graduate, getting my everything all lined up, and I'm like, I can't put myself through that disappointment right now. And then April 20th comes, and I thought about doing it on April 19th. I was like, no, you're going to a hockey game, don't ruin it. So then April 20th comes. I sit down, it's like 8:30 at night. I'm in the living room with my sisters and my mom. And I'm like, Holly, you know what? Just check your dashboard. In progress, okay? And then also note what you can check is also the communications log. It'll say communications, and it's basically all the emails that Disney has sent you. And mine has been like throughout the years. So I looked at it, and you know, the last email they sent me was on April 14th telling me I've been waitlisted. I looked at it said April 19th, and I'm like, oh no. I'm like here it is. Look over, and it said congratulations. And I was like I freaked out. I was like, I couldn't even get it. I turned my computer to my mom, and I'm like, she's like, what's wrong? And then my sisters are like, what's wrong? And like, I start crying, and my mom starts crying. My sisters are so happy, and my dad's in the kitchen. He's like, what's going on? I got in. The thing is that I didn't receive an email from my actual email account because on April 19th, when I got accepted, it went to my junk email. So I should have checked on April 19th when I went to the hockey game. But you know what? It's okay because I found out the next day and it was great. It's just so exciting. The bummer is that when I knew I wanted to vlog my experience, and if I did get accepted, I wanted to vlog my reaction. I wanted to vlog my sister's reaction, my mom's reaction. I had like this all planned out, but this has been such a roller coaster for me. I was just so excited, and I kind of freaked out. I'm kind of glad I didn't film it because I was a hot mess. Yay, I'm accepted! Like I said, I am in attractions. Check-in date is August 14th. I am leaving August 12th. I will be driving, so I will have a car down there. Pretty excited about that. But I'm hoping that you will follow along on my journey. And for all my friends and family, I hope you are excited because now I'm gonna be answering all the questions you guys have for me. That's another thing, when you get accepted to the Disney College program, some people are like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited for you. Some people are like, wait, what is it? So come along with me, it'll be fun. Other than that, welcome to my channel, and I hope you stay along for the ride. Bye.